even though the success rate of these drone hits are very low, the idea is that saturating the air defenses and keeping the constant pressure is the new way of warfighting during the Ukraine war. Hi, I'm Yasir Atalan, a data fellow in the Futures Lab at CSIS, and I'm here to talk about my recent white paper with Ben Jensen, Drone Saturation, Russia's Shahed campaign. So this paper argues that Russia's drone campaign is now taking a shape of saturation, drone saturation, and it utilizes inexpensive Shahed drones to saturate Ukrainian air defenses and erode civilian morale through the persistent nightly attacks. Originally Iranian-made, these drones are now mass-produced in Russia, and it intensified significantly using Western electronics and essential Chinese components. These current low-cost drones are signaling a new kind of a warfare, which is called attrition warfare, and it will signal certain implications for the future of warfare. So we had this Russian firepower strike tracker where we try to analyze Russian operational firepowers throughout the war starting September 2022. And then the idea was following how different launch types, how different models were utilized during these campaigns, air campaigns. And what we realized is that in the last 5 months, the intensity of Shahed drone attacks were significant. Previously, it was around weekly Shahed launches was around like 100 or 110. Now it reaches to the point of weekly launches of 1,100. So this 10x scale up shows something about first operational firepower strike, but also shows something about the manufacturing capacity within Russia during the Ukrainian war. So the big takeaway from the paper is the logic of operational firepower strikes is relying on the attrition logic. It tries to erode the civilian morale. It tries to keep the punishment strategy to keep launching these Shahed drones now are producing significantly within Russia. It was previously being imported, now it's being manufactured in Russia. And with that scale-up products, these low-cost drones are now actually being used to intensify the attacks. The idea is that even though the success rate of these drone hits are very low, the idea is that saturating the air defenses and keeping the constant pressure is the new way of warfighting during the Ukraine war. How to defend Ukrainian air defenses is a key question, and then we try to understand what will be the implications of this drone saturation. While the Ukrainian air defenses has been adapted to different launches and this intensity, when you had this saturation, when you had these 1,100 weekly launches, you end up in hitting at least 100 Shahed drones, which is way more than the previous year. So the idea is that means Ukrainian military will need certain new capabilities. We recommended certain new capabilities such as energy lasers. US is developing several of them, obviously. And UK and Turkey's Aselsan and Germany's Rheinmetall is producing these tools. So we thought these key partners could provide these tools to limit this drone saturation, and it could be really helpful in defending the Ukrainian air. To read the full white paper, Drone Saturation, Russia's Shahed campaign, please visit csis.org.